Good afternoon, everyone. Blizzards raging, volcanoes erupting, atmosphere tweaking. It's just the beginning. This is going to be a winter to remember. And bringing you back to Valencia and Barcelona just a couple weeks back with their record floods. Somebody recorded this coming in. Now this is rainfall. What happens when it turns into snowfall? This is what's beginning across the planet. We're seeing this across the Great Lakes area and setting record snowfalls off lake effect snows this early in the season. Rare. You got Jeeps stuck, not going anywhere. Erie, Pennsylvania. This is the depths after their snow dump. You can see it on the roofs across, as well as the snow drifts blocking people in. Going to be difficult to get to your mailbox. That is a full couple hours of work shoveling that out. You're going to be tired. Take care when you're shoveling. Take the break when you need it. That is heavy exertion getting the snow out of the way. Ryan Maui pointed out updated weather models here, looking at 63 inches total for 48 hours. Tug Hill Plateau, 3 to 4 feet more along Lake Erie, and there's another set of storms inbound. So some of the totals coming along here as of the 30th of November. Lake City, Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania, looking at least 21 inches, and then we make our way up through Fairview, Pennsylvania, 25 inches, and then we peaking up at 29, but wait until we get over into upstate New York. We're going to be looking at something 60 plus inches as the totals come in. And no, this is not normal to have this much snow this early. That closes part of our highway system in America, all in unison across the snow belts, where this lake effect snow is generally squeezed into their bands. 80 miles I-90 closed. And you would hope that you would have a full tank of gas at this point because nothing's moving for days at least out of this. They're going to have to come in and at least plow off of the shoulders and hopefully get some traffic moving. But it looks like the snow might dissipate sometime on Monday, December 2nd, and they're going to get another foot or so as this passes through. The lake temperatures are really warm right now. Water temperatures around mid-50s, but these storms here are incredible cold. Average depths at least waist high or above. Looking over into Colorado, not hearing much about that. All eyes are over on the Great Lakes area. You forgot the 7 feet of snow off the west coast also. 34 inches here, which is why searches for cords of wood hit record high as cold blast chills the lower 48. This is, I guess, over time since the beginning of 2004 for these search terms, and we hit the record high of people trying to figure out how much the wood is going to cost compared to their traditional heating sources of electricity or natural gas. And diving deeper into the article on Zero Hedge, look at the CPI, Consumer Price Index for electricity, the first time in a full generation that electric prices have seen a 3-year rate of change greater than any period since the inflation storm of the 1970s. We just had the inflation storm of the early 2020s. If you've been feeling constantly tired and sluggish, there's a simple reason why, and it has nothing to do with aging. Good news, you can fix it. It's what we call cellular junk, waste that builds up inside your cells over time. This waste releases harmful chemicals that disrupt your body's normal functions. Cellular junk is the hidden villain draining your energy and stealing your vitality. This information comes straight from Dr. Greg Eckel, a renowned expert in anti-aging medicine with over 20 years of experience. Watch out for the warning signs like constant tiredness, fuzzy thinking, and slower recovery from physical activity. But there's good news. You can cleanse your body from junk right from your home. You just need to know which nutrients support your body's natural cleansing process. You can find out the exact nutrients at agefix2030.com. That's agefix2030.com. Dr. Eckel has released a must-watch video on it, his latest research, and you can get it for free only at agefix2030.com. Watch it now, agefix2030.com, or click on that link in the description box below. And now on with the video. Let's heat it up a little bit. Levotovi, Flores Island, Indonesia, giving this the eruption. You could toast a few marshmallows off of that one. And as I said, this is going to be one of the record breakers for the books here this winter as we look at zonal mean temperatures. 30 millibars or 30 hectopascals. And that would put us around 75,000 feet in altitude, but you'll notice that a forecast is actually going to break below the coldest temperatures ever recorded since records began, satellite era. We're going to rip through that. And if we go higher up into the atmosphere, say 95,000 feet, we are about to rip through those all-time record cold temperatures as well. This is truly something to behold, what we're about to experience here. If you thought last winter was cold, we've seen nothing yet. 1970s, we're going to repeat something like this. And those of you across Europe and the UK specifically, here's your forecast. Watch this absolute pummeling from the Arctic, ripping straight over the Isles down into France and Spain. You're about to get record cold around the 10th of December. Looking at the chart here, follow the wind flow, that pink skirting southeast Greenland, and you'll see the trough. Where does it go? Directly over the UK. That's where it's going to drag this Arctic air, and it is going to swing all the way down into southern Spain. If you're going to be on holiday this time, bring extra clothing. You're going to get frozen across the Mediterranean. And I thought maybe that's true, maybe it's not. Taking a look here at a GFS run. Again, light purple, deep purple, all focused right over those same exact spots. So this double verification, you are going to see something so blisteringly fast and so cold that you might want to prepare for power outages as this sweeps through. Get your supplies in advance for this. 10 hectopascals or 10 millibars. Again, polar vortex is splitting. Warm's going to slam through that, split it off, force it south. We're going to get a super freeze winter out of this and this sudden stratospheric warming event. Wow, it is beginning the ultimate setup for what could be the beginning of the taste of a grand solar minimum. Notice the shape. I like shapes too. Wow, I've seen this shape before. Haven't you? Stoneworkers in the sky. And the reason I bring up the UK is because just last week they were absolutely pummeled. Storm Bert, they hadn't seen flooding like this in more than 100 years, and some of the areas they'd built on because it hadn't flooded in so long is looking like this. And Glastonbury also, I was talking to somebody over there, Jason Leosatos, who I've also had on my show before, giving me the update here, telling me all around the tour it is swampy. But previously, that used to be sort of an islandish area through the swamps, and I guess it's becoming wet again. So let's jump over to Asia for a minute. This is Heilongjiang. This is in northern China, and they've already broken all records for snowfall this early in the season. I know it gets cold up there. It's one of the coldest places in China, but generally more dry. That's why it's so cold. This snowfall is absolutely wreaking havoc across China as well. Images coming in showing you how deep it is this early. It's making the news over there on their front pages as well. But let's put you to a warm sunset in Hong Kong. Bring these orange vibes back to you. Bring you back to life, a little bit of heat. Bringing you into Russian blizzards here. Tixi, this is in Sakha, Yakutia, Russia. Blistering winds. We're seeing this across the planet in the northern hemisphere now. Our atmosphere is absolutely taking all this moisture and turning it into record snows and wind. Flipping you over to Turkey, they're experiencing the same thing. Everywhere we look this early in the season, it has begun. It is literally everywhere in the northern hemisphere on all continents on our planet. We're experiencing the same thing. Southern hemisphere is going to follow. They're going to see the same thing. So how does this bode for our possible electrical outages through the dark winter? And while you're sipping warm coffee around the fire, how about some ice pancakes with your breakfast? Yeah, me too. You're going to need to think about storable foods during this time. My Patriot Supply and Adapt 2030 3-month emergency food supply. That link's in the description box below, along with tonight's images, stories, graphics, and also join us on TikTok. Civilization Cycle. We're throwing up some shorts there. And we need 1,000 subs because we just started this thing a couple weeks ago. And then we can go live right on there on Thursday nights. So please, can you go over and subscribe so we can go live on TikTok? Appreciate you watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Bye for now.